Yes, today we are talking Australia work visa. Yes, a lot of people have been saying, I want to come to Australia with Australia work visa. How do I come to Australia with Australia work visa? How do I apply for Australia work visa, and so on? So today we are talking Australia work visa. It's not 1, 2, 3, not even 4. There are a lot of them. So the first question will be this. Which of the Australia work visa are you talking about? That is, which one are you qualified for? The next thing will be the requirements. Do I meet it? Now, finally, how do I apply? Okay. All right. So this video today will cover these questions. And if this sounds like something you want to hear, please sit back and let's dig in. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jane and I live in Australia. Thank you, my subscribers. You guys rock. If you are new here, please do subscribe to my channel and become a member of this beautiful family where we keep it real authentic. Yes. All right. Please do like my video. I do appreciate it when you like my video and also when you share. Today's video is going to cover a lot. Okay. So when you ask me or you ask anyone, or you think of migrating to Australia via Australia work visa, what you're actually talking about is that you want to have a visa that will enable you to come to Australia and work legally. Okay, so when we're talking about this type of visa, there are a lot of them. A lot. However, I will be concentrating on the ones that you can shoot from outside of Australia. Okay, because most people are looking for the one that will bring them in. People that are already in are also qualified for certain work visa to apply subsequent visas and so on. Okay, such as students, people on certain visas and so on. Okay, however, today's one is typically for people outside, which work visa will enable them come over to Australia and work and stay here permanently as time goes on. All right, first of all, I want to tell you something that will shock you. Do you know that every Australia visa can be applied for online? Like the application is done online via Australia immigration website. Okay, so you need to go and create ImmiAccount and do your application. If you're going to do for skill 1, you go and do via skill select for nomination, and then apply for your visa when you are nominated. But everything is done online. However, we're going to take this visa one by one. So the first visa I am going to talk about today, remember we're talking about Australia work visa and how to apply. Okay, don't lose focus, guys. The first one is the most popular one that can bring you in quicker, like boom. That is called temporary skill shortage visa, like temporary skill shortage visa, subclass 482. This is the visa that was carved by the government to bridge the immediate gap, like to bridge the gap in the skill shortage sectors. Okay, bridge the gap quickly. So if the employer finds you, okay, first of all, this visa is employer sponsored. Okay, employer nominated visa. Okay, employer is going to sponsor, is a sponsored visa. So once employer finds you for this visa, almost 2 weeks you are in Australia, like latest 2 weeks you are in Australia, because the government know that the people need you quickly and this visa process is fast. And if they're going to do skill assessment for you, it's going to be short period, like short period skill assessment is not a rigorous one. Okay, so that is the first visa. Are you qualified for that? First qualification is for you to find a job, like find a job. Once you find a job, the employer will bring you over and that is it. Okay, another visa I want to talk about today is called employer nominated scheme visa 186. Employer nominated scheme is also a permanent resident visa. If you know this visa, you know you are coming in with permanent residence. However, you need to be nominated by an employer. Okay, so for so many people that have employer here, if I were you, if I am in your shoe, if I have an employer that wants to bring me over, I am rooting for visa 186. I am not rooting for visa 182. Do you know why? Because if you want me, check me out. If you actually want me, give me the PR visa now. You need me, I need you. But if you really need me, give me the PR visa, because that will keep me in Australia permanently. I won't be stressing. My family won't be stressing for anything. We only will be waiting to apply for our citizenship after 4 years. Like, no subsequent visa, like no stress. You know what I mean? Okay, so you guys should actually learn how to shoot your shot, how to bargain. Don't always feel low. When you finally get an Australian employer, you need to make your demands. Okay, visa 186 is a PR visa, employer nominated. Go for it. Stop going for temporary visa. I am talking to you. You. All right, the next visa we're going to talk about is skill independent visa. Like skill independent, you don't need anyone to nominate you. You don't need any state or territory or anything. However, it's point tested. It is called subclass 189. Okay, for skills that are in high demand, is a permanent resident. You don't need any employer. Once your point is higher, like 65 and above, like high 80 and so on, 75, you can shoot for this visa. Remember, you need to have your IELTS and so on, like standard, like up to 7 point something. So you don't have any employer. You just come in like, oh, more Australia need me. You shoot, you apply online, they call you, you come in because you got what they want. Okay, this is how the big boys roll, the big girls roll. I'm only talking about people that have those skills, you know, high demand skills. Okay, but this visa is not the one that comes by every time. All right, they call it in demand skills, permanent resident, independent. You don't need any sponsor or any person to nominate you. All right, that's visa 189. Okay, so another visa we're going to talk about is skill nominated permanent resident visa, called visa 190. It is a permanent resident visa. You come in as a permanent resident. It is point tested. You get a point 65 and above. You get nominated by a state or territory. Okay, for example, we were nominated by Western Australia and we applied and we got our visa. Okay, so when you are doing your application, skill select, you are doing your expression of interest application, you nominate a state. I've made a lot of video here on 190 and I told you, I've explained about states and their requirements. Some of them want people that don't have a job in Australia, while some of them will want you to have an employer in Australia, depending on the state you want to go to. Okay, they have the requirements in their state immigration website. I share this video here. It's very important you check these videos out. So another popular visa I want to talk about is visa 491. A lot of people approach me and say they want to come with visa 491. When I explain to them the process, which I know they are qualified for, they tend to back out. Okay, visa 190, visa 149, they have skill assessment process. You need to do your skill assessment. The question is, why are you running away from skill assessment? Some people that have the money they still run away from it. Some occupations do not need you to write an exam. All they need you to do is to supply your documents, qualification, experience the way they want it, and they will verify it and they tick you. You are good to go. Then you go and do your expression of interest for your visa. Okay, so visa 491 is a temporary resident visa, 5 years visa, keeps you in Australia. After 3 years, you apply for permanent resident visa. Okay, similar process with 190, that is a PR visa. If you are still young, I would say you go for 149. You're not running and you will get it quicker than 190. But if your age is up, remember, you know that 45 is the max age for Australian migration, then shoot for 190 or 186 visa if you have an employer. Okay, another visa is temporary graduate visa. I don't want to talk about it because it's for people that graduate in Australia. I don't want to say any much about it, but I want you to know that if you're graduating in Australia, there is a visa for you to work. Okay, that can even take you up to 5 years. All right, another visa is working holiday visa. It's not for everyone. I'm going to make a separate video to talk about this particular visa. All right, another visa I want to talk about is distinguished talent visa. I made a video about this visa sometimes in the past, and many people were shocked because they don't know that Australia has distinguished talent visa. This visa is subclass 124 or 858. Any of those visas. Okay, who can apply for this visa? So this visa is for people that have special talent in arts, sports, and academic. You can apply for it if you're a researcher and so on. Okay, it depends where you specialize in. Okay, all right. So these are the major visas you can shoot from offshore, from outside of Australia. Okay, remember I told you there are a lot of them. I've mentioned up to, I think, 8 of them. The last one is seasonal work program. Okay, work visa program. It's not for everyone. It's for people from Pacific country like Papua New Guinea, Cook Island, and so on. All right, so at least I've mentioned 8 of them that you can apply from anywhere in the country, from any country. Don't come and tell me, can someone from this country apply? Every visa I have mentioned today, except this last one I said is for Pacific Island countries. Every other visa I've mentioned today is for everyone, and I've said that the working holiday is not for everyone. That's why I didn't talk about it. Okay, but I will make a separate video for that. All right, so that's all about the visa. Now, how do you apply? Okay, some of these visa like 482, your employer will fit everything and cover you. You may not even do the application. Okay, other visas you need to apply for it yourself. You do not need an agent to apply. But if it's the employer that's giving you a job, they will support you with the documents because you will need a job. For example, 186, you need the job offer, job letter to apply for the visa. Okay, so every other visa you want to apply for, you do it online via ImmiAccount. First of all, you need to create your ImmiAccount from Australia website. I will drop a link of everything I have said today, all the visas I've mentioned as well. Okay, you know how we do it here. Okay, so you go online, start the process. If your visa warrants you to do skill assessment like 149 and 190 and so on, you must do your skill assessment. You can never run away from it. Never. Okay, so you do it. That's the first thing you do. Some of them will require you to do English before skill assessment, while most of them will not require English for skill assessment. However, you must follow the process. So each visa, I will drop a link for them here. You will see the process as you read through. Okay, however, I want you to know this: you do not need an agent to apply for Australia work visa. Yes, you need yourself and your documents and the requirement and the proof. Okay, the only Australia visa that you must have an agent to apply for is student visa. Every other visa is done online by yourself, for yourself. All right, so that brings us to the end of this video. So now you know, when you talk about Australia work visa, this is actually what you are talking about. Okay, all right, thank you for watching, and please, if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to my channel, and please do like my video, share. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Bye.